it's Ruby and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys my Netflix shows and films recommendations for winter. I know I have not filmed for like a lot of weeks now, and I just wanted to apologise for the people who were waiting for videos that didn't come out. It has been the most crazy couple of weeks for me. I was ill, I've been quite packed with revision and things like that in schools a lot at the moment, but I'm trying to get back into the routine of filming now. I have been thinking about wanting to do this video for a while, so without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to start with TV shows and Netflix series. So the first thing is Gossip Girl. I absolutely love it. It's one of those shows that there's so many seasons that I could literally repeat it and not get bored of it, purely because I probably wouldn't remember the episode. It's actually on Netflix now. It wasn't on it for a while, but it's come onto Netflix, so definitely go check it out if you're wanting to watch something which will last a while. There is a lot of seasons and it's kind of fun because throughout it you get to try and figure out who Gossip Girl is on your own. So if you're like trying to like go along with series like that, then that is the series for you. The second one is quite actually sad, but it's one of my favourites. I mention it in so many videos. It's Friends. I literally have watched Friends since I was younger. I repeat episodes to this day. I haven't watched it in a while purely because when Matthew Perry passed away, I could not watch it. It was so upsetting, and like now if I watch it, it's just so different. I definitely recommend it, but it's a brilliant series. It's a classic. All of these things I'm going to be saying in today's video are such a wide range of genres. One thing I'll be saying probably won't be your cup of tea, but then there's another thing, and there's just, it goes from sci-fis to romantic comedies. Next up, this is like a reality show type thing, so if you're into getting like caught in those reality shows, then this is the one for you. I watched this one night and literally didn't stop watching it for like a month. It's Below Deck. It's basically about like these people who charter yachts for like rich people. It's not acting, like it actually happens. I watched it with my parents once and they were like, oh, I don't want to watch it, stupid reality shows. I turned it on and they love it. They literally ask every time we're downstairs, can we watch it? And they're obsessed. So I literally got my parents onto it, so that says something. I literally am obsessed with it. I can't stop watching it. I can repeat every season and not get bored. I think there's 2 seasons on Netflix and there's loads of other seasons I think on Amazon Prime, but you gotta pay for it. So now we're completely switching up the type of series. So we've gone from a reality series to, I would say this is like sci-fi thriller. Yeah, probably heard of it. It's called Black Mirror. I have watched it with my parents and there's honestly so many seasons. It's so good. Like they're so well filmed and really interesting. Like if you're into kind of murder mystery type things, like it's definitely like solving crimes, a lot of them in a way. They're all different situations in the episodes. I've never watched one of them and got bored. Like they're completely hooking, and it's probably one of my favorite series. Yes, series. I'm not a sci-fi person either, so getting me hooked on a sci-fi means it's good. Next up, this is one for probably older age group, I would say. It's called Sex Education. All of my friends that I've talked to have watched it. It's really good. All of them are really good actually. I think there's 3 seasons. I love the characters in it. I think it's really good. I'm not going to say much into it because I think the name really says a fair amount, but it's not all revolved around that. Next series, this is one that I watched with my family. I think it's probably our all-time favorite series, I would say. We watched one episode and every single time we sat down we would watch the next episode. Like honestly, we were addicted. It's called Schitt's Creek. Please watch it, like seriously, like you won't regret it. It's so good. It's so funny. I love it. It's one of those series you look back on and wish you could watch for the first time again because I just liked it so much. The next one is one that I think literally anyone could like. I don't think it's a specific type of person to like it, but it's quite a deep show, but it's also like brilliantly filmed. It's the one show that I watched and literally watching the show made me want to be an actress because I just wanted to be in it when I was watching it. It's called The Morning Show. I lied, this one I don't think is on Netflix. We'll put it here, whatever it's on. But honestly, it's got Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon's in it. It's so good. Like I absolutely loved it. It's like everything I wanted in a series. That and Schitt's Creek I think are my top 2. If you haven't heard of them, then literally learn to know them because I love them. If you're into like crime solving type of ones, but like quite intelligent shows. My sister loves this one, and I've watched quite a lot of it as well, so I can recommend it. It's called Sherlock Holmes. You've probably heard of it, but it's brilliant. It's got Benedict Cumberbatch in it. It's really addictive. Like, it's really good. I'm really interested in like murder mystery type things, and he's like a detective, so it's that sort of aspect of like Netflix shows, and I really like it. This one I watched quite a while back with my family, but like looking back on it, I thought it was really brilliant. So it's called Inventing Anna. As it goes through the series, it uncovers things about her past and things like that. It's a massive cliffhanger type of one, but it's so addictive. It was a huge hit for a while on Netflix, but no one really talks about it anymore. But like genuinely, that series was really good. Like, it did stick with me. The final one I'm going to recommend, this is the one thing on the sheet that I have not watched. My family have watched it, and the only reason I'm recommending it is because they literally love it so much, so I feel like I need to recommend it. It's called The Queen's Gambit. I've heard about it. I actually really want to watch it. It's on my list of things I want to watch. When they watched it, they absolutely adored it. They said it was brilliant. I can't say anything about it, but personally, I think from what they said, it has to be good because like everyone was talking about it. Now we're moving on to films. I am quite picky with films. Like, I've said like so many times in this video, and it can't be me who has just noticed this because I don't know why I keep doing it. I'm so picky with films, but I always find myself sitting there and watching bad films. When I'm doing like art or something, I always watch stuff in the background, and they're never ones that stick with me. So these ones I've said today, I'm going to tell you today, ones that actually I can recall of being my favourites. First one, a classic. If you don't know it, then you probably do at the moment because the new one's come out and I'm actually going to watch it today. So it's called The Hunger Games. First one, of course, is the best one, but it's so good. It's like a survival type thing. That's the only way I can put it, but it's also got love interest in it. It's got everything you really want. It's got action, thriller. I think it's all of them, to be honest, like every genre in it. I definitely recommend it. The new one's just come out, which is like the first ever one, and I'm going to watch it tonight, and I'm so excited because I love Hunger Games. It's really good. The second one is quite an upbeat type of feel, but it's also my favourite type of film, which is murder mystery, and conveniently the name of it is Murder Mystery. It's got Jennifer Aniston in, and why have I forgotten his name? He's my favourite actor. Adam Sandler. I always get confused with him and Andy Samberg. Adam Sandler, them two are in it, and it's literally so funny. I love it. I purely love it because they're my two favourite actors as well, but I also just love how like the murder mystery thing kind of reveals as it goes through. It's really good. I'm not into musicals that much, to be honest, but there is one which I cannot say one bad thing about. It's my all-time favourite. It's called Mamma Mia. I think literally everyone knows what it is. It is my favourite. It's so good. I literally love it. I love the songs in it. I think the ABBA songs are so good, and it's just my favourite. I love it. Now we're moving on to like romantic comedies. I have like two of my top favourites, which I'm going to tell you today, and they're very similar. So if you've watched one and you want to watch one like it, then the other one you should watch because it's very similar. So the first one is called How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I love that film so much. It's so good. It's kind of like they're both scheming, but then they end up loving each other. The sort of film that you want a romantic comedy to be. It's so good. There's another one which is very similar to it, and it's called What's Your Number? Little backstory to that one. They're both neighbours, and she's trying to track down her exes, and he helps her, but they end up, of course, falling in love. So they're both really good. They're my top ones, I'd say. Will Smith, one of the best actors. My favourite film he's in is Hitch. It's a romance, definitely, but it's also really funny and I really like it. I watched it years ago with my family, and it's one that me and my dad love to watch back. So this one, I don't even need to talk about it that much, but Harry Potter. It's a classic. It's literally a classic. It was my childhood and I love it so much. Like, and they're all on Netflix now, which they weren't on for like years. So when they came on, I watched them all again and I realised how much like nostalgia it brings. I literally love Harry Potter. Finally, I'm going to mention two horrors which I think were good. I hate horrors. I hate them, and I'm probably gonna get people not liking me for that, but I can't deal. Me and my mum, we literally scream if there's a jump scare. It's not even funny. There's two which I actually weirdly enjoyed. Like, they literally left me on the edge of my seat, not gonna lie, because they just did. I finished them and I did think they were good. So the first one is Scream. You've probably heard about it. I know there's like loads of different films adding on to it, but I only watched the first one, but I actually really enjoyed it. Like, I thought it was really good. I thought the plot was actually really good. It terrified me, like I was jumping quite a lot, but it's kind of like a gory type of one. I liked that, surprisingly. Then the final one, this one's more of like a suspense one. Like it makes you feel a bit sick watching it, but it was good. Like I did finish it and I thought it was good. I watched it with my parents. It's called Fall, and it's about these girls who like get stuck on this really high like tower thing, and they like have to get down, and it's a little bit gross, but it's also good. I did enjoy it. The actual plot was good. So this one is me and my family's favourite comedy. If you like comedy like me, then this one is so good. It's just the best. It's called Meet the Fockers, and I think there's a second one as well, but the first one's the best. It's so funny. It's about this man who meets the parents for the first time in the relationship, and it's just, I've watched it so many times. It's so funny. Okay, now moving on to Christmas films. Personally, from experience, there's so many Christmas films that have been put on Netflix which aren't good, and like I feel like sometimes I put them on and I finish them and I'm like, that was such a waste of time, and there was literally no plot. But these ones are ones that we watch every year normally, or they're ones that I've watched and thought that was a Christmas film. That's what a Christmas film should be. To start with, we all have that one Christmas film which was our childhood, which we like watch every year. Personally, mine has always been Elf. Me and my family, that is our Christmas film. I never get over the film. I think it's just like probably my all-time favourite film, just because it just reminds me of like growing up. I don't know how to explain. It's just Christmas for me in a film. Another one which I kind of grew up watching was Home Alone. If you haven't watched it, definitely recommend. There's loads of different ones of it. It's about this kid who gets left on Christmas, and these people like what do they try and do? They try and like rob a store on one of them, but there's loads of different ones you can watch. But for one of them, I think they try and break in, and he like sets up all these traps, and it's just so fun. I love it. Yeah, it's just a classic. This is one that I think a lot of people will say is great, but if you haven't watched it, then it is really good. It's called Nativity. I love Nativity. I think it's just so good. I wouldn't say I like it as much as Elf and Home Alone just because they're my Christmas films, but I do think it's really good, and I do watch that like every year. We're going on to the last two, and these two are kind of the romance Christmas ones, which me and my mum adore. They're like so good, and I watch them every year. I love them. So the first one is The Holiday. Please watch it if you haven't. It's just so good. I think it's got Kate Winslet in it. I think that's her name. It's really, really good. It's one of my favourites. I love everything about it. And then finally, the last film is Love Actually. This is one that I watch every year. My mum and me love it. I remember watching it when I was younger, and I just got hooked onto it. It's so good, and it's really sweet as well. It's such a nice plot, really good actors in it. I really like it. So I know that was a lot of films and series in one video, so I hope I helped you guys pick something to watch, any Christmas films or anything like that. I hope you guys are having a nice December. It is turning into Christmas now, which I'm so happy about, and I will see you all in my next week's video. Bye! Enchanté.